Today is December 17th. Welcome to Big Book Daily. My name is Rob. I am an alcoholic. It is a thrill, honor, and joy to be here with you today as we journey through the Big Book of Alcoholics Anonymous and the 12 Steps and 12 Traditions. Today at the Big Book, we're going to continue our journey through Chapter 11, A Vision for You. We'll be reading the second half of page 151. At the 12 and 12 are on Tradition 9. We'll read 174. And I believe we're finishing off that tradition today. And we will read the 24 hours a day and daily reflection. So with that, hope you all are doing well this morning, my friends. Life is good over here. Been given a brand new set of 24 hours. Got my second cup of coffee going. Nice cold winter day. Big old smile on my face because, hey, it's another opportunity to do the right thing. So with that, let's get to the good stuff. Chapter 11, A Vision for You. Second paragraph. The less people tolerated us, the more we withdrew from society, from life itself. As we became subjects of King Alcohol, shivering denizens of his mad realm, the chilling vapor that is loneliness settled down. It thickened, ever becoming blacker. Some of us sought out sordid places, hoping to find understanding, companionship, and approval. Momentarily, we did. Then would come oblivion, and the awful awakening to face the hideous four horsemen. Terror, bewilderment, frustration, and despair. Unhappy drinkers who read this page will understand. Now and then a serious drinker, being dry at the moment, says, "I don't miss it at all. I feel better. I work better, have a better time." As ex-problem drinkers, we smile at such a sally. We know our friend is like a boy whistling in the dark to keep up his spirits. He fools himself. Inwardly, he would give anything to take half a dozen drinks and get away with them. He will presently try the old game again, for he isn't happy about his sobriety. He cannot picture life without alcohol. Someday he will be unable to imagine life either with alcohol or without it. Then he will know loneliness such as few do. He will be at the jumping off place, and he will wish for the end. At the 12 and 12 are on Tradition 9. AA as such ought never be organized, but we may create special boards or committees directly responsible to those they serve. And I did tell you wrong, we still got 2 pages left, so we're on 174. Then we have 1 more page after this. So we will finish off this step tomorrow. At this juncture, we can hear a churchman exclaim, "They're making disobedience a virtue." He's joined by a psychiatrist who says, "Defiant brats, they won't grow up and conform to social usage." The man in the street says, "I don't understand it, they must be nuts." But all these observers have overlooked something unique in Alcoholics Anonymous. Unless each AA member follows the best of his abilities our suggested 12 steps to recovery, he almost certainly signs his own death warrant. His drunkenness and dissolution are not penalties inflicted by people in authority. They result from his personal disobedience to spiritual principles. The same stern threat applies to the group itself. Unless there is approximate conformity to AA's 12 traditions, the group too can deteriorate and die. So we of AA do obey spiritual principles. First because we must, and ultimately because we love the kind of life such obedience brings. Great suffering and great love are AA's disciplinarians. We need no others. It's clear now that we ought never to name boards to govern us, but it is equally clear that we shall always need to authorize workers to serve us. It is the difference between the spirit of vested authority and the spirit of service, 2 concepts which are sometimes poles apart. It is in this spirit of service that we elect the AA group's informal rotating committee, the intergroup association for the area, and the general service conferences of Alcoholics Anonymous for AA as a whole. Even our foundation, once an independent board, is directly accountable to our fellowship. Its trustees are the caretakers and expediters of our world services. "24 hours a day, December 17th. AA Thought for the Day. The way of faith is, of course, not confined to AA. It is for everybody who really wants to live. But many people can go through life without much of it. Many are doing so to their own sorrow. The world is full of lack of faith. Many people have lost confidence in any meaning in the universe. Many are wondering if it has any meaning at all. Many are at loose ends. Life has no goal for many. They're strangers in the land. They are not at home. But for us in AA, the way of faith is the way of life. We have proved by our past lives that we cannot live without it. Do I think I can happily live without faith? Meditation for the day. He maketh his sun to rise on the evil and the good, and sends the rain on the just and the unjust. God does not interfere with the working of natural laws. The laws of nature are unchangeable. Otherwise, we cannot depend on them. As far as natural laws are concerned, God makes no distinction between people. Sickness or death may strike anywhere, but spiritual laws are also made to be obeyed. Our choice of good or evil depends on whether we go upward to true success and victory in life, or downward to loss and defeat. Prayer for the day. I pray that I may choose today the way of the spiritual life. I pray that I may live today with faith and hope and love. Daily Reflection, December 17th. A priceless reward. Work with other alcoholics. It works when other activities fail. Alcoholics Anonymous, page 89. Life will take on a new meaning. As the Big Book says, page 89. This promise has helped me to avoid self-seeking and self-pity. To watch others grow in this wonderful program, to see them improve the quality of their lives, is a priceless reward for my effort to help others. Self-examination is yet another reward for an ongoing recovery, as are serenity, peace, and contentment. The energy derived from seeing others on a successful path, of sharing with them the joys of the journey, gives to my life a new meaning. Alright, my friends, that concludes today's reading, and I love the 24 hours a day, talking about choosing faith and hope and joy today. And it doesn't necessarily mean that you have to believe what I believe in or have faith in what I have faith in. We're all different. And then just to go down that rabbit hole for a second, I've seen people make the decision not to drink, and they never darken the door to a church or AA. They just stop, and it works for them. So nothing is absolutely absolute, right? We're all different. All I know is what works for me in all reality. But going back to the reading, choosing joy today and hope and love today. During those dark days of drinking, I'd always make that resolution. All right, tomorrow I'm going to start fresh. Tomorrow, I always talked about tomorrow. I'm going to turn this around tomorrow. I'm going to make my to-do list. And I'd write everything out, all my goals for tomorrow. And number one on the list would be, I'm going to stop drinking. Clean slate tomorrow. I'm going to get back into shape. I'm going to do these things, whatever. And I'd write my game plan in a list or a journal. And it was always tomorrow. Well, then tomorrow would come around and become today. And that old alcoholic voice would whisper in my head, come on, man. You've had a rough day. Or, hey, come on, man, it's been a great day. Why don't you celebrate? Or shoot, most of the time I didn't need an excuse at all. I was just craving it so bad I wanted it. And I thought to myself, well, you know what? Okay, I'll be fine. I'll just have one. But I love in Rocky 3, I think I've said it a few times, I'm a big Rocky fan. I'm a Philadelphia boy, so. Rocky 3, I think Apollo Creed says it to Rocky, there is no tomorrow. All we have is today. And that gives me comfort in some ways because as I'm recording this, it's 7 o'clock in the morning. And I've got, I don't know, I'm terrible at math. I have probably 16, 17 more hours left of the day. So during that 17 hours I have left, I want to be of service, be hopeful, joyful, and act my way into the right thinking. To pray, read the big book. I'm going to try to go to a meeting tonight. And the biggest thing is helping somebody else. Whether it's an alcoholic or just anybody who's struggling. We're all human beings. But anyway, this gives me peace and joy today. I still make those to-do lists. Don't get me wrong, I really do, but they're for today instead of tomorrow. And I've learned to kind of pivot too. If things don't go my way, okay, that serenity prayer really helps with that. But anyway, I'm rambling. I'm so sorry. I hope you all have a great day today. And if we are given another set of 24 hours, I sincerely look forward to seeing you right back here tomorrow.